You gonna say good morning, Kaiba? You gonna say hi, humans? Welcome to new set versus old set. Kaiba is giving me the strangest look like, what are you doing, Daddy? I am making videos, Kaiba, because we need to make a video for the nice humans who tune in to watch our channel. And they're excited because it's the new set versus old set start of another series, Kaiba. That's always fun. Eh? Always fun to start something new, Kaiba? Yeah? Yeah. You're a good boy. Aw. Scratches off screen. Alright, guys. It is indeed new set versus old set. Kaiba decided he wanted to do the intros this time. Mostly because we were making a video before and OBS started wigging out on me for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like freaking out. And I was like, I don't know if I want to kind of continue this as one video or whether I should split it up. So we decided to split it up. So you guys will get a cute video of Kaiba later. Eating some treats and stuff, which will be fun for you guys. But in the meantime, in between time, I have no idea why OBS was weird out, except for maybe because Discord was trying to load in the background. Anyways, it is round one of the next chapter of New Set versus Old Set, and as I said in previous couple videos, unfortunately, Edge of Eternities is not out as of yet. It's supposed to be coming out in the really near future, though. But it wasn't going to make it out in time, and so I intend to go out and buy 7 packs of Edge of Eternities when it does hit the shelves, and I will hang on to those for the next chapter of New Set versus Old Set, which will be Edge of Eternities versus Brothers War. But in the meantime, I wanted to do a returning champion. Magic the Gathering Foundations has been a victorious set before. I believe it's actually maybe won twice. I know it won once for sure, and I think it tied the second time actually. So, I mean, it has a pretty good track record so far. And I wanted to challenge that set with a set that I personally hold near and dear to my heart. A set that I truly think is one of the best sets that Magic ever put out. Um, Now, that can be debated by many people because a lot of people don't like Universes Beyond, don't get me wrong. And I can understand the argument against Universes Beyond. So let's say this is the best Universes Beyond set, I think, that they've ever put out. I think this one's better than 40k Hammer, Warhammer 40k. Sorry, that's what it's called. That being said, though, I've never played Warhammer, so I can't really compare the flavor of that series to uh, the flavor of Lord of the Rings. But I can definitely tell you that the flavor in Lord of the Rings was spot on. So I'm really stoked to actually get into this series. First off, I have 7 of these packs to try and get some more extra hobbits in so that I can build that 5 color hobbits deck that I was talking about. I decided that I'm probably not going to break up my Food and Fellowship deck to build that, so my 5 colored hobbits deck might not be the best hobbits deck in the world because it's definitely going to be lacking the really good Samwise and the really good Frodo unless I happen to pull extras in here somehow, some way. But I'm not sure whether you can actually pull those ones in the set boosters or not. That being said, I have pulled a One Ring before, and I have pulled an Orcish Bowmasters, so this set might have some challenges to try and actually compete, because I might not have the hottest hands for this set anymore, since I've already pulled it many times. But I'm still going to dive back in because we love it, and Foundations felt like a really good challenger for it, because, like I say, Foundations has been a champion once before. Um, Foundations is still, I believe, legal in standard for another year or two. So, Although there isn't a lot of people opening foundations right now for obvious reasons, because we moved on to other sets, and some power creep has definitely made it so that we want to focus on the new sets a lot of times, I feel. But it's nice to always dive back into a set, and while it's not technically new, it's still within a year, so I'm going to count it as a new set. That is the stipulation that I use for those of you who are new to the channel. If the set has come out within the last 12 months, I count that set still technically as a new set contender. So I did consider briefly actually making this a Bloomborough versus Lord of the Rings set, but I couldn't get my hands on 7 packs of Bloomborough. Um, Bloomborough sells out like crazy fast still because of how awesome Bloomborough is. So, but if you would like to see Bloomborough at some point on this channel, let me know, and it might come in as an old set in the future since it's already past its um, the date that it came out, the premiere date will have passed by the time we get through this set, this chapter of New Set versus Old Set. Unfortunately, I think it might have actually already passed. To be perfectly honest, because I think Bloomberg came out last year in July, something like that. Anyways, um, so yeah, this is what we got for you guys. And since Old Set took the last crown, I feel that we will open Lord of the Rings first for this video. So let's kick it off and see what we got. I can't remember if there's a pack trick for Lord of the Rings, and I don't remember if there's a pack trick for Foundations. So this video is going to be really, really, could be potentially full of spoilers, but the next video I will do better with the pack tricks, if not. We got a really cool art card that I like the look of a lot. Pretty happy with that art card. Always fun to pull some nice art cards. We got the One Ring token, which is always nice to have extra copies of, so that you can figure out how the ring tempting you mechanic works. They're surprising, like, it surprised me how well they did at making this mechanic fluent throughout Magic. Has gotta be like at least 5 to 10 cards in every color that trigger the tempting of the ring. And so you can play this universally in almost any kind of deck. Uh, it doesn't even have to be like the main focus of the mechanic. For example, I have a no, not blue, black white blink deck that actually does a lot of ring tempting, but it wasn't like the main focus of the deck. The main focus is the blinking. It just happens that that deck has a lot of Nazgul in it, so whenever those Nazgul get blinked, they trigger the ring. Um, but with that said, let's see what we got in this pack. We got Protector of Gondor as our holo. Nice card for sure. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 human soldier creature token. Pretty simple. 3 and a white for a 3/3. But I do like the artwork on that. I'm going to put you mid though. Ooh, our first legendary, and it's a big one. Shelob, Child of Ungoliant. I have been wanting to pull this for a while. I am so stoked that we have a copy of this now because I actually want to build a cool spider deck. I know that spider decks are very common in green and black, don't get me wrong, and she is definitely the queen of spider deck commanders. But I have just been really wanting to pull this for a while, like I say, and I'm really stoked that we got it. Definitely seems like I should have done a pack trick though, but we'll continue and see. Ooh, Dunland Creebane. I'm gonna take a quick drink here. Sorry, guys. Let you appreciate the full art. A 1/1 for 2 and a black. That's flying, and when it enters the battlefield, it amass 2 orcs. Probably not going to play this very often, but I do like the full art. I will put you mid. Ooh, the Mouth of Sauron. I did not have a copy of this one before either. When it enters the battlefield, target player mills 3 cards, then amass Orcs X, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in that player's. Okay, I need to get this thing into my Sauron deck before I preview that on the channel because this is definitely a really cool card for his army. Very nice, very nice. Ungolic of the White Hand, a nice one to pull a second copy of. I have only one copy and it is in my Sauron deck, so this can now go into my Goblin Orc deck when I build that. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. If that creature was a goblin or an orc, you get to put two +1/+1 counters on this guy. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, Gorbag of Minas Morgul. One out of black for a 2/2. Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, you get to draw a card or create a treasure token. I am so stoked with these cards. And that Shatter Gang deck that I've been wanting to build, the Shatter Gang Brothers, is looking really fine with these two pulls right here. So pretty happy. That's probably going to come to fruition in the near future, as will that green-red goblin deck that I want to build. I'm thinking those will be my two next builds. I was going to shelve them for a little bit longer and do a couple other things first, but these packs have definitely given me some like oomph to want to build. Bitter Downfall. This spell costs 3 lists to cast. If it targets a creature that was dealt damage this turn, destroy that creature, and its controller loses 2 life. Not bad at instant speed. I will put you top. Ranger's Firebrand. 1 red for a sorcery, deals 2 damage to any target, and the ring tempts you. Like I said, definitely always good to have extra copies of this for that very reason. Hit that one though. Generous Ent. 5 and a green for a 5/7 reach. When it enters the battlefield, create a food token and has forest cycling 1. I mean, forest cycling is really awesome because you don't have to get a basic land, you have to get a forest. So, for example, on Tuesday when we pulled that Cinderglade in Dollarama Draws of Destiny, this could fetch that, which is pretty cool. Mushroom Watchdogs. Sacrifice a food, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. He gains vigilance until end of turn, but you can only do it at sorcery speed. It's not a bad puppy. I like the puppy. He's not going to probably make money in my deck, so. Snarling Ward. Ooh, it's a wolf. Too bad it's black, otherwise it would go into my wolf deck possibly. But has menace, and as long as you control a goblin or an orc, this thing gets +1/+0. I mean, it can be a 4/4 though in a goblin deck, so that's pretty cool. And we got a nice basic mountain full art. I love these full art lands with the maps on them because it's really cool. I think if you I haven't actually tried it, but I'm wondering if you put them all together, do they actually build a proper map of the Middle Earth? I would love to see that, but I don't know for sure if they do or not. So we did have 3 legendaries in that pack, 4 legendaries in that pack. I'm definitely going to say that Shelob is my favorite pull of that pack, and she's the one to compete against. But I mean, the Mouth of Sauron is an insanely good pull, and so are both of those orc cards. So Foundations has a bit of work cut out for it in this first round. Can it pull it off? Is the question. The champion has been challenged. Does the champion have a response? First, we have a cool art card. That actually I do like a lot. Little dragons maybe coming out of those eggs, or dinosaurs in her pockets? Drake catcher. Apparently they're drakes. Okay, cool. We got ourselves an Apothecary Stomper. Good kickoff. 4 and 2 green for a 4/4 with Vigilance, and when it enters, you get to put either 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature, or you gain 4 life. Either way, pretty solid. The only downside is it's a little expensive, but because it's an elephant and it does have Vigilance, I'm still going to top it. Big Fin Bouncer. Shark Pirate. 3/2. When it enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That's going mid. Fleeting Flight. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, gains flying until end of turn. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it this turn. That's pretty cool. You can either make this like an awesome blocker, or you could send this into combat and wipe out a bunch of creatures potentially and not lose yours. I like that at instant speed. Sower of Chaos is a devil. A devil with a cool looking hat on. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty spiffy. 3 in a red for 4/3. Pay 2 in a red. Target creature can't block this turn. Yeah, that's a little expensive for what it does, so I will mid it. Burglar Rat. Always nice to have more rats. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. I think I have enough copies of this, though, that I'm going to put it mid, probably. But still decent. That is cool. I don't have very many of these. I think I might have one so far. So the more I can get, the better it is for me. We got ourselves a Heir Apparent. First off, really cute artwork. Seriously cute artwork. And second off, amazing ability. For 1 and a white, you get a 2/2, and when it enters, you create a number of white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. So at very least, you're going to get, no. When he comes in on his own, you don't actually get one. But you can have as many heir apparents as you want. I do want to build a rabbit deck at some point, so the more of these I can get, the better. I'm still going to admit it, though, because it's a very specific card for a very specific archetype. Wary Thespian. This is a new one for me. 1 in a green, 3/1. When this creature enters or dies, surveil one. It's a cat druid. Giorgio paced the stage anxiously. This was their final rehearsal, but there were still so many mistakes. Yeah, I'm gonna put you mid. I don't like your art. Your art's okay, but I don't like your flavor text. That bumped you down. A Braid, always a classic instant. 1 in a red, you get to do 3 damage to target creature, or you destroy an artifact. I will put that one top. For being an instant, that is awesome. Needletooth Pack. Ooh, new dinosaur for me. 3 and 2 green for a 4/5. Morbid. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Nice. I don't know how I'm going to fit that into a dinosaur deck, but I might have to squeeze that in somehow. If not, that is definitely going to go into some sort of green deck, probably at the very least. Good hit. Seismic Rupture. 2 in a red, deals 2 damage to each creature without flying. Deece. Hits your own board unless you're playing a bunch of flyers, though. That's the only downside, but... Ooh, we got an Aetherize! Nice! I only had one copy of this before. This is a huge hit. It's not worth a ton of money per se, probably, but I mean, being able to return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand at instant speed is an insanely good card. And yeah, only one copy of it before, so really happy to pull this one. That is solid. Ooh, we got Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener. For our legendary, 2, a white, and a blue for a 3/4. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. Exile another target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of next end step. Or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Damn. I don't know what I want to play that in. That is an awesome card. I'm pretty sure I already have one copy of this in my birds deck, so it's not going to go in there, but man, that is so cool. Plus it blinks stuff, which is awesome. It's always good to have extra blinking stuff. Inspiring Paladin is our hollow. 2 and a white for a 3/3. During your turn, this creature has first strike. And during your turn, creatures you control with +1/+1 counters also have first strike. Nice. That is an awesome one to have an extra copy of too. And we finish off with a full art mountain with a little horse rider in the background there. Just trying to get my camera to focus for you guys. There we go. I know I forgot to turn on the light this morning. Sorry. Or for this video. Sorry, guys. Um, I mean, Foundations does have 2 more cards, first off. 14 to 12. But I don't know, guys. This one is a tough one to call. I think I think I might have to give it to the Foundations, even though Lord of the Rings put up a serious amount. I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys. In the comments, let me know what you think. Which set won the first round of this series? Do you think it was Foundations with the Zephyr? Do you think it was Shelob for the Lord of the Rings? Or do you think it was a tie, which I'm also up for? At this point, to be honest, I kind of feel this is a tie. I mean, we got the exact same land, both full arts. We got two pretty cool art tokens, even though like those don't really count normally. Nothing went low. We got 5 there. We got 5, 6 there. So there's going to be an extra one up here compared to there too, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should have 7 probably. 2, 3, 6. Yep. But like I say, man, 2 solid packs, guys. What a great way to kick off this series with a dilemma that I can't solve for myself. Definitely a lot of heart in these 2 packs today. All right. Well, like I say, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If I was going to make it based on legendaries alone, Lord of the Rings would have won. If I want to make it based purely on which one has better playing cards, I don't know. Even if I were to take the Abrade and put that back with the Apothecary and say those 2 aren't the best, these 5 are awesome pulls for sure. And looking over here, same thing. Like, yeah, these 2 are more Goblin Orc specific. These 3 are Goblin Orc specific. But I mean, even still, these 2 are insanely good cards. You could build a commander deck just around either of these. I'm going to build one around her, but this one could be its own commander. Anyways, I'm going to leave it as a tie, like I say. And I'm going to let you guys figure it out. Battle it out in the comments. And I will put up a poll, probably later today. And leave it up until, let's say, Tuesday next week. And whichever pack gets the most votes in the poll is the pack that will have the victory in round 1. If nobody votes in the poll, I'm going to leave it a tie. So this is your incentive, people. You listen to me carefully. Go to my post. Vote in the poll. And of course, give Kaiba your love. He had a fun little time right before this video. Like I say, playing with a treat, which you guys will see in a future video, maybe on Saturday. Maybe I'll do that instead of a pack opening for a change. Put out a Kaiba video for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that too. Alright, I'm done with this one for now. And it's time to go cook and eat. Much love to you all from Kaiba and I to you. From Kaiba and I to you. Take care. Have a great Thursday. And I look forward to seeing you guys throughout the weekend. Oh, one more thing. If all goes well, we might have a live stream Saturday. So keep your eyes out tomorrow for my short and another Kaiba video that I'm going to be putting out, because I will let you guys know in those whether or not we are going to do it. All right, love you.